Speak for me, Tate. Testing. Speak for me, Tate. Testing. Cool. I believe we have audio on the stream if you want to pull it up and double check me. But we are into pick and ban here. Acid Rabbits versus Second Breakfast. Some respect being shown in particular to Vid the Mid's champ pool. Are you able to hear yourself in the stream? Make sure it's grabbing from the right place. I do like the Maokai first pick. Answered with the Sejuani Varus, both very good power picks right now. Yeah.
Dance real quick.
I may have just gotten you in. Try again.
Oh yeah, perfect. We got it.
Cool. And see if I can equalize it a little more.
Yeah, looks like I'm just barely a little loud, but it does look like it's finally coming through.
Alright, good deal.
Awesome.
Now, how
Okay,
do I make a
NASA's getting
bet?
banned. That is a great question. Maybe a another mod can hop in and try that. Unless you can
Oh,
try and
there it
figure it out.
is.
Looks like you got it.
That
Perfect.
wasn't me.
And oh, somebody
Thank you, kind spectator mod. Alright,
appreciate that.
I think we are good until I have to change to the client. So,
hmm
we
Well, okay,
have
going into
Singed
this, yeah.
Respect. These are some wacky picks being shown and countered. Vagar versus the Corki will possibly be our mid matchup. I really like
Yeah.
the Vagar here into Sejuani Varus. Corki is a good answer though. And
hmm
Jhin to outrange.
Yeah, are you worried about this Corky Vega lane? I assume knowing that, Corky can't really jump on while Cage is up. This is probably just going to be mostly a farming lane, if anything.
Caitlyn Lulu. Perhaps Ashe is already banned, so they need something
Yeah.
else to pair with the Varus.
Yeah.
Ooh, Gangplank. They're
Gangplank
not
being
yet sure
taken
about the
top.
Caitlyn.
Ooh. Oh, they just lock it anyway. Well, I think Lulu Kate is super good.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
it's a good lane for
th-
beating
it's
on
it's a
that
Jhin
turret, that's
Varus
for
bottom,
sure.
so I mean, it's their counter for it at least. That Jhin support coming through, I assume it's not going to be Varus support.
Yeah.
Jhin support getting picked feels I know it's being played. I don't know if it's a very good pick being played, but it sure is getting games. What's your thoughts as a resident support main?
Uh, as Jhin as a pick,
Yeah, Jhin support.
I think that its job is to win lane, and if you don't win lane, it is not as good as something else in that place could be.
Okay.
But that is
Yeah,
the
I
draft
kind of agree.
concluded.
Well, awesome. Okay, that's a Jack's Gangplank top as well as the matchup. They waited for that last pick to get the counter pick, and I mean Jax is gonna look or is gonna feel really good against this Gangplank as long as he can win those auto battles on the barrels there. Looks like they should be going into
Into real champ
trap.
select here
Yeah,
momentarily.
real champ select. And while we're going through this, I mean, yeah, let's talk about, I guess, you have the bot lane, Lulu Kate versus the Varus Jhin. I mean, I think the Caitlyn is just going to outscale in the end anyway, especially with that Lulu support. So they just have to kite out, and they also have Veigar Cage carefully protecting the Caitlyn if ever needed. Um, I Varus would have to get a really value ult to kind of try and counter that, but really I think it's just going to go on Maokai 90% of the time. Um, I do also wonder because again, Jin being support, not getting farm, won't be doing a ton of damage. So really, I mean, he'll be doing some damage, but really his biggest asset is going to be these roots and slows from ults. But is it enough to warrant the pick against the Lulu Caitlyn bot lane? I feel like it's going to be kind of tough.
Yeah, I think the Jhin may struggle, particularly into a Gangplank Veigar.
Hmm.
So it'll be up to him to make sure all of his long range utility lands, keeps the slows going, is able to throw the traps into river and the objective areas before the fight actually happens there.
Yeah, looking pretty good otherwise. Um, I know they do keep giving over this Second Breakfast keeps giving over Maokai jungle to the teams they're playing. I mean, they've done it in their other two games as well, but
And
do
keep in
you
mind,
think
though, it's
that
not
this
necessarily only Maokai jungle.
that's fair, that's fair.
Maokai is a pick that can currently go in 5 places, including with the fasting Senna.
That's true. That is true. Maokai basically just a really good character right now.
Yeah,
I would not say free win because there's definitely ways around it, but it feels really hard when
really
teams are ahead
flexible
and they
for
are
sure.
against the Maokai. Yeah. You have obviously that ult for the engage or the peel, and then he obviously can engage and send you back into the team or just send you away if they need the more peel as well. So really, I think Maokai is good from behind or early. I just feel like it's the most value pick. Sedge kind of has that, but I feel like I feel like Sedge struggles from behind. If I'm being honest, I think Sedge is
She'll still be really useful because,
yeah.
utility and CC, that's what you pick the tank junglers for anyways, but
Hmm. I'm really excited for this top lane though. Gangplank Jax. I love DPS top laners. Just having at it the whole time.
I'll keep
Especially
that in mind
Coco on
when
the
we
Gangplank.
swap you up there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Coco on the Gangplank looking to be very scary this game. Um I think Gangplank Veigar is a super good combo. I think any cage just guarantees a barrel, which is basically going to do, at least for the bottom half of the map, is going to do half their health in one barrel. Um, Coming into like team fights later. Um, Jax Jax E definitely doesn't dodge the barrels, right? I can't remember what that interaction is. I
No,
believe it
certainly not. It,
doesn't.
it
Yeah.
dodges auto attacks.
Does it dodge the Q as well? The
I'm not
bullet?
sure. I guess it depends
Hmm.
on if Gangplank Q counts as an auto attack,
That's fair.
or if it just
Uh,
applies on hit, because I think it's the latter.
yeah. Okay. Well, that might not be the best then. I actually don't know usually how this matchup goes. I've never actually seen the thought process of counter picking Jax. Is it a I wonder if it's more of a comfort or if it was picked out of a counter. Because I'm sure if you get on top of Gangplank, Jax just wins 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I think the Jax is probably just really comfy for them as well.
Yeah.
Because if you know a particular matchup, it's okay if you take something that's not explicitly supposed to win the matchup really hard, as long as you know it, you know?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Um, this mid lane, like we were saying, is probably just going to be a farming mid lane. Um, Corki can try and go on, but if Cage is used appropriately, then there is not much that he could do to truly get kills. For the first part of the game at least, until he has one-shottable damage. But even then, Veigar, I assume, is going to build Roa. That item is super broken right now, and will be not tanky, but not getting one shot. Um,
I'm looking at these teams and I'm asking myself, who has the better scaling? And really,
that
I
is a
think it's kind
great
of
question.
up to execution between the Gangplank
Uh-huh.
and the Quirky.
Right. Yeah. Corki and Gangplank both do have incredible scaling.
And
Veigar, if
that
this game goes
three,
long enough,
four
will
item power
infinitely
spike,
scale.
even with
It's
Quirky 2 and 3, I'm not so sure
uh-huh.
about Gangplank's damage at that point.
hmm Um, now they don't have a ton of characters building AP on this roster, right? So realistically, Veigar is obviously not going to get the ult bonus for that, but I do wonder. I basically assume that this is going to be ult whoever is low and hope it kills as long as you go for the execute on it. But doesn't look like they're going to be I mean that ult's just not going to deal half somebody's health until way later until he scales super far up. Should be some pretty free kills though if they do set up a Maokai Veigar Cage combo. There's not a lot you can do being CC'd for 3 seconds straight. That also includes getting polymorphed if they're
Oh, gonna
if the
have
Lulu is
to
there.
make the HUD fit right. I need this
Oh
scaled to
yeah.
100.
Uh, Awesome. Loading on to the Rift.
Welcome to
I am so
Summoner's
excited
Rift.
for this game. Um, I will also say I did just
30
check
seconds
the
until minions
UGG
spawn.
Jax versus Gangplank. Jax seems to lose 47 Jax only wins 47% of the time against Gangplank, so it's not actually a counter pick, more of a comfy pick. So it looks like that was right. They want to actually go for an
Yeah,
engage.
they are
Hopefully
going
they
for
just
the
walk
mid
into
lane
him.
here.
Oh, but it was spotted. It was a valiant effort.
Alright. I think this looks good.
Awesome. You want to fast forward
Minions
just to
have
make sure we're on the same
spawned.
timer?
Figured out. Yeah, sure thing.
Cool.
And I'm sped up. So,
Awesome.
I'm assuming we made it transitioned all the way through to the game properly, and now I don't have to worry about it. Yep, it is all looking okay. So,
Looks great.
Tate, if you want to introduce our players, what they're playing, team by
I
team.
absolutely will. Yeah, so first we have Acid Rabbits, Coco the Dragon in the top on that Gangplank, Tathaniel in the jungle on the Maokai, Vid the mid on that Veigar, Man Butts looking very clean on this Caitlyn, and uh, the Lulu, right, Elise coming in. Um, then we have on the other side, Second Breakfast, looking at the Enderism Jax top, Bear Rock, Sejuani Jungle, Savory Corky mid, and the Alki Varus ADC with the support Jin solo queue. Looking very exciting. They're just trying to push this lane out. It looks like they don't want to get it shoved under tower and lose CS for that early. They did hit 2 first. Well, that's gonna matter too much. They had the ward on the red buff, and it looks like Sedge and Maokai are gonna have a little fight
Oh
here.
yeah, there is a
Oh,
big invade
Maokai's
going on here.
definitely gonna lose this, but he's maybe has to blow flash. Yeah,
Early
you just
flash
have
blow.
to. I can't even
Does
remember
Sedge
who
really
put
try
that
to
ward,
stick
but that
around here
was.
though? I would have liked to see at least the support try and back up here, but we'll see what happens. Oh, he goes for it. He's going in. He has to flash out. Mamba's flashing right after him. I think he'll get the kill with just one more auto attack. Heals for it, and they manage to get the kill. The Maokai slow going on to the Varus, and they are chasing as fast as possible. Jin flashes backwards, pulls the Maokai back into tower, gets a... Oh my god, at the end of the day,
no
just
flash still gets in range.
Kill, but by all means, that was scrappy.
That was very scrappy. Barrock had to flash her way. Tathaniel coming down for the perfect counter engage on that. The timing was really, really good. I mean, they just had their little fight. He flashed away. He didn't even have time to clear the Krugs. Sedge didn't end up even getting the red buff, and just knowing to come down for the counter gank. Really good awareness.
Clean trade coming out here on the Jax. He's going to extend this as long as possible because he now has the lethal tempo going. I don't know that he'll get enough auto attack range here. Takes a Q on the back end of the trade.
Just shoots him in the face.
Yeah.
Doesn't walks away. Oh, okay. Corki Wave is shoving in, Corki is getting shoved in on, but he's actually just gonna clear with E.
Yeah, both mid laners
really
trying
good wave.
to keep their mana management.
Yeah. It doesn't look like anyone's gonna get a gank mid anytime soon. Sedge is sitting top lane trying to steal more camps.
Bot lane does get that wave to crash before backing, so that is very good for them, getting a bounce back.
That looks great. I mean, currently, let me pull up the... Awesome, there we go. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Varus, Kate, both even on CS, same with mids. Everyone's pretty even around the board. Jack's barely taking a lead, but this is a huge wave, and Gangplank is going to collect it, and they're basically going to be even after this anyway as well.
Sejuani is living in this Maokai stronghold. He takes away the wolves there quietly and places a ward to show that he was there, mark his territory.
And I noticed the Maokai went for the blue jungle item. Would you have liked to seen the green just for a little bit of extra tank, or do you think, I mean, he's going to be tanky enough regardless just because of his items, so it's not worth it?
I guess it kind of depends on his build, because a lot of itemization can be totally up to comfort and the things that you've built in your games that feels good, you know, even versus the objective strong things. We'll see how far this trade goes, but with both their immediate CCs down, yep, just gonna be Sejuani trying to finish up that Raptor camp.
And now,
nice
Man-Butt's getting a lot of damage.
Taking the chunk.
That wave is pushing
They're
into
about
them,
to
though.
definitely get a plate off of this. The junglers aren't quite in the vicinity, but it looks like AR is tracking them, and they know that this Sejuani could be bot side by now.
Yeah, but Sedge is, I mean, just finishing wolves, so they do just get the plate for free. Oh, not getting enough. Oh,
that was a very nice polymorph, keeping Alki from trading back on that harassment. Sedge does show herself by killing that at the vision cone.
They at least get it cleared out for next time. Gonna take the crab. Maokai's not in a position to contest. Which is good, because bot lane is so chunked out that if they went for the 3v3, they would end up probably losing.
As expected.
Getting a free hit off too.
Yeah, nice little headshot.
Okay, it looks like Gangplank is finally at a point where he's starting to win most of these trades. Oh, that's so much damage. I
definitely want to see AR prioritize this Herald early, or at least, you know, start stacking something up with this health advantage and push advantage that they're gonna be able to keep making use of in the bot lane.
Okay. Barrock is looking for it, but again, Tathaniel here with the counter engage.
Oh,
such good timing, and he's
great timing.
Are they gonna get the free kill on it? Wait, is Man-Butt's going down? No. Perfect kiting.
Doesn't quite have the damage.
Really good work.
Just a little bit overzealous there.
Oh,
going for that attempt.
loses the auto fight.
If you know Caitlyn doesn't have sums, maybe it's a little bit safer to go for. But the Corki roam down does prevent anything being taken on the back end of that play. So it will just be another clean kill for the Caitlyn. We'll see what she's able to buy.
And we saw top lane. I mean, it looks like Gangplank is starting to win more of these trades. I mean, his neutral special, he does wield a gun, so it looks like he's just doing a lot of damage with that.
Gun versus lamppost.
Gun versus lamppost. Who would really win?
Or in this case,
I think we all know.
Stick.
It's just a nice little stick. It's a really strong stick, to be fair.
5 gold plus however much the full word kill gives.
Okay, Dragon is up, but
Sedge
neither team is in a
remain.
position to do it.
Yeah.
I will say there is no vision on that Dragon. I think if he started it now, he could sneak it and nobody would find out, but
He's
it doesn't look like.
looking for a play mid.
Oh yeah, he's just going to take the camps too. Again, living in this Maokai's jungle. Tathaniel is having a very bad time right now.
To steal it away. But not quite. Bot lane push, the Sejuani is walking down, calling for the play way ahead of time, but I don't know that it'll pan out before you can get there.
It's looking... Ooh, okay, Sedge.
They are trying to set this up.
Oh,
the
gets the
Sedge
ult.
goes really early, but will it be enough time? Both sums are below in
not
the
going far
defense
enough.
of getting out of there.
Won't matter. That's great. That's 4 bottom. And they're actually
it's a
not
good
going to get a
chunk.
ton out of it
Yeah.
unless they get damage potentially.
Good timing to
That's
make
a
the play.
flash
but
out
they
of
get a
Savory.
Corki flash out on the back end.
Yeah. Really unfortunate he decided to flash there, but honestly,
Veigar
it's better
looking
to
for
use
something
it.
here.
Ooh. The Veigar ult is up too. That could be a Q ult, and that would have been a dead Corki, so it's good that he's running out. I do wonder now, what is the move for Acid Rabbits? Obviously, they can't take Dragon, but Maokai has a lot of vision. It does look like he's starting the Herald.
Yeah.
That's really good timing. Really, really
love
good
to see
timing.
them drop at bot lane instead of top lane, just because they have this lane that can get
Sedge
pushed so
is starting to
easily.
walk over. He's gonna find out that his camps are taken, and Corki's there too. They know. They know what's
have vision
happening.
there. Maokai looking to pull off potentially.
Yeah, looks like he's just gonna have to let it
But
reset.
do they know that he's keeping it
Oh.
going?
They don't have vision yet. They don't have a ward on him doing it. Oh, they looks like they just
Jax
found
is
out he
walking
walked
down.
into
The
vision.
Gangplank may have needed to rotate earlier because they are collapsing now on this Maokai. It's going to be a free Herald for second breakfast.
Oh man, that is really really tough. Unless they can try and steal. No,
Oh, the Maokai ult goes in. They have a huge CC chain here in the Corki, and the Corki
Huge
just gets
ult.
blown up. The Jax is going to be next, and the Sejuani, will she make it out of the wall? She has her flash
Gun
available.
too strong.
Ends up getting out of the backside, so that is another 2 kills for Acid Rabbits. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, huge trade happens, and both teams surviving in the bot lane here on half HP or less.
Yeah, I mean they do end up losing the Herald, but they get 2 kills off it. I honestly think that was worth it. Losing the Herald for that, as long as they play it right, as long as Maokai comes down wherever that Herald is dropped,
such
it's
a good
super
angle
worth
coming in
it.
there. Maokai will be soloing the dragon here on the backside of the play.
Yeah,
Doing it
Sedge is
slowly
gonna.
but surely.
Yeah, gonna start running down right now. I do wonder, does he even do it fast enough though?
Veigar having to flash away. I think, does Corki have the damage to keep this going? He might just be able to keep tossing rockets, but he didn't realize the Maokai was there.
Oh, Jax is there too.
Oh!
Not in range for the stun.
Jax flashes
flashes.
forward to pick up the shutdown. Will his E be back up in time? Maokai flashes and gets himself out of there. Who will end up getting this dragon?
Yeah, I mean, even again, second breakfast is still not in position to take this because bot lane is in base. That is really tough. Nobody is allowed to touch the dragon, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, when there's fighting that goes on and it's not like a clean wipe one way or the other, you may not have enough health to take the objectives early in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, second breakfast finally getting their first kill of the game. I mean, they definitely needed it. It going on that, it going on the Jax is honestly really good. I think you preferably want it on the Corki, but obviously Corki not being there, I think Jax is the second prio target. At least in this situation for sure. Maokai coming from base. I don't know if they make it in time to stop this drag, but I don't think they will start it either.
Oh, Vagar doesn't know what's coming for him. He kind of smells it, but
Sedge ults.
he has no flash to get out of this.
Oh, big
oh, the kill goes
Scorch
to the Sejuani,
doesn't
and Vagar
kill.
almost
No
gets
Scorch.
the kill back on the Jhin.
Vid really wishing he took Scorch right now, for sure.
Herald dropped. Are they just gonna go for the tower, not try to make anything happen? Because the plates are being traded as well as the XP here on the bot side. Okay, gonna start beating on him, showing him who's boss.
Huge value, by the way, on solo queue for the Jhin support, being able to follow up on that CC.
Yeah.
We're seeing the pick coming through in spades right now. I would love to see a lot more of that come through. I'm sure they're going to be looking for those anyway. Just stopping them from doing drag again. This bot lane from Acid Rabbits has had priority the vast majority of this game, playing it really, really well.
Play comes down here. Jax does use his TP just to get back to turret on the top side.
Yeah.
He has a full Sunderer, so if he's going to try and fight the Gangplank in any time soon, now would probably be the spike time to do it.
Boom. And we are 14 minutes in the game and still no drag, no first drag taken. Either team has just not been in
teleport's being used by the top laner,
position
but
to
one of
take
them
it.
does have a global ultimate to help in the fight.
Yeah. They just want to keep going for this 1v1. I mean, both of them really do need to just continue farming if they're going to scale.
Oh, play goes down to the bot side.
Gangplank ult coming out.
Counterplay by the Maokai, who's sitting in the bush. Do they have enough damage to get the Sejuani? He's so tanky, and they get a burst on the Jhin. Vid throws his primordial burst out chunks the bot lane. Valky gets hit by that.
Man Butts did E forward in the fight to try and get in range, but
nope, not yet.
Just too slow still to get on Barrock. Really good try. Obviously try and get on that. Hopefully, I mean, honestly, if he got a crit there, he might have been able to get the kill in the end, but it doesn't look like it happens.
I think
they will get the drag.
Huge that the Sejuani was able to live there.
Yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day,
as well, but I guess the bot turret goes down on the backside of the play too.
I mean, it was a valiant effort. Obviously, they try and force a fight to try and get that drag, but it was a 4v3. Corki was in base, or coming back from base when they actually took that fight, so he just wasn't in position to help in that 4v3.
They were expecting that.
Really good for
I mean, it was
Acid
kind
Rabbits.
of even a delayed 4v3, but the positioning of Tathaniel hanging out in the bush. Coco knows what's up.
Oh.
No Sejuani ult
Barrock.
He has flash in his W.
Okay, follow from Jhin. They don't have enough damage though, but really good flash from Coco. Yeah.
Tathaniel sitting in that bush on the bot side, on that last bot lane play, that was absolutely huge. Him being there at the right time, just able to cast his ulti and stop everything that Second Breakfast was wanting to do on that play.
Yeah.
Caitlyn is just free hitting the tower here on the mid lane.
Okay, blue going over to Vid is exactly what you want to see. You want to keep getting Vid scaling infinitely. He has a lots of damage to be collecting soon.
Oh my gosh, big quirky damage.
Oh, well played from Manbutts. Manbutts really good
back up, so.
with the Gale Force E.
You respect it, that's for sure.
You definitely respect it. You definitely have to blow Gale Force there, or that is a dead Caitlyn. And really good on him for knowing. Corki is very scary. Especially with Ravenous. Oh yes. I feel like Corki is always just doing way more damage than I expect.
They will hold the package, probably for the next objective to come up, which will be that Cloud Drake from the looks of it. It looks like he doesn't want to use it for the Herald.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to try and save it for now.
Vision being
Which I
fought
actually think
over.
is the smart play, because they actually don't need it. They're going to get Herald. Anyway, they have 3 on it, and they're not going to really be able to contest.
Yeah, they're just not in the right place at the right time, but
Yeah.
with that wave pushing in, they will maybe get a mid-turret.
They may. I
Just
assume they
stick
knew
it
it was happening,
Yeah.
but maybe just decided it wasn't worth fighting for.
That is 4 wards. Second breakfast littering that bush. Can't click Guy in it. Oh, the Jhin ulti opens to start the play. Sejuani does have her ultimate up. They just don't quite have the follow-up damage yet.
Yeah, and again, Jhin support obviously later on will be doing quite a bit of damage, but right now his ult is just tickling, unfortunately.
The Maokai flashes forward to defend the play.
Oh, he gets both anyway. Immortal Shield Bow.
Oh!
Oh, Immortal Shield Bow going off. Fantastic for the Kate ult to finally come through after, but just barely not enough damage.
Manbutts is putting in work this game, just beating on the tower. Riot's Elise just hanging with them at the right time. They're getting so much value out of this Caitlyn pick.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's up 40 CS, looking so good. He does have a bounty though. I mean, Second Breakfast definitely wants to collect this. But it is really hard to get that kill on the Caitlyn with the Lulu always being in the pocket.
Certainly. That's one of the things about Lulu's value, you know? If Lulu wants to pick one person and say, you will not pass, you will not kill this person
Yeah.
under any circumstances, she can do that.
Nah, she's got the power.
And
Right
you,
in her
viewer,
very small
also
hands.
Have the power. Don't let your dreams be memes.
I didn't even pay attention to this, but I do want to ask, Varus Hail of Blades, is that the rune that you think is the most optimal this game? I think
It is the lane
with
bully,
the Maokai.
you're worried a little bit about the scaling. I think that
Yeah.
in order to get through this Maokai, you can kind of free stack lethal tempo on the Maokai, so...
That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, definitely you take it for the lane. Unfortunately, the lane did not go exactly as planned. I mean, Acid Rabbit played so well in that ball
Corki
lane.
goes really early with the package. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it was
I imagine it was running
Jhin.
out.
Jin's dead.
Well, yeah.
Corki flash.
Jhin gone.
Yeah. I guess
Jhin
Acid
gone.
Rabbits has claimed their territory. This will be their dragon under all scenarios.
I did just go back to
Ouch.
check. Oh man. I mean, yeah, they just can't stop that.
We saw
They
them
can
set up in
certainly
the
try.
river beforehand, but river control doesn't mean much if they just walk in as 4 or 5 and take it.
And I mean, we're looking at both kills going on vid the mid for Acid Rabbits right now, but honestly, if anyone's
the
going
Veigar!
Oh, huge!
That hurts if you're Alki, that's for sure, but
Yeah.
good play by Vid. They're looking for something on the backside here, but they just don't have the damage to make it happen.
I'm gonna get poked out a little bit, even more Lulu ult
Central
coming
goes
out.
wide. Oh! Was that a
Use
double flash?
Veigar
Caitlyn
ult.
flash and Veigar flash to kill the Corki.
I didn't even realize Vid didn't use ult on to kill the Varus. He didn't need it, so he
Herald
just
just dropped
gets
the
the
bot
kill
side.
on
He's
Corki.
recalling to defend the top lane.
Maokai,
Sejuani may
such
die
a good
here.
dive. Oh, so close. So close. But Gangplank putting in a ton of work split pushing top.
Picking up even more gold for his team there, getting all, and continuing to scale because he didn't
Yeah.
need to be with his team on that play.
6k gold up, looking really good for Acid Rabbits right now. They are feeling very confident.
Second
going into
Breakfast
this for
can
sure.
still win this game because they may have the Veigar burst, but on the other side you have a triple AD carry.
Yeah.
Quirky, of course, with the asterisk, but still.
Yeah. I do wonder now. We got the Radiant Virtue on the Maokai. He should probably just go straight into at least Bramble, they have the Corki and the Varus both going lifesteal, and obviously Jax as well. So I feel like it'd be really good value against a quadruple AD Asterix Corki.
I don't think it's strictly
No.
necessary to get quite yet, but they
I
certainly need to look at it as an option later.
Oh yeah. I feel like it would be very big value once they start doing a lot of damage and healing for a lot.
It would feel better, perhaps, to have it be the Lulu that gets it, but who knows how long
Yeah.
that'll be. Support gold, LOL.
Future Fire, yeah.
Sejuani taking a little chunk, but she still has her Q. Or maybe she doesn't, but oh, Jax with the blink.
Jax.
They're trying to make something happen here. Varus ult goes wide, but they are ditching the play. Oh, that hurts.
That is really, really tough. I mean, Acid Rabbits played that so well. Maokai, just so much value. Gets the slow
Gonna be the
anyway.
Sedge down, and that should be the Baron going over if they want to take it.
Oh man. Manbutts is putting in so much work on this Caitlyn, and Maokai getting all of these picks repeatedly, just putting in a ton of work as well.
The angle was definitely really interesting there, but I guess you
Does it feel a little bit
with the team, at least.
Yeah.
So that the Corki can poke and stop them from doing the Baron, because if they try to start it, they just get Corki rocketed, right?
Mm-hmm. Do
We'll see
they
if
think that
they-
Corki's the only one that can match in wave clear against Coco right now,
That
and
may
so
be the
they'd rather
case,
just have him
or
do
they
it?
just matched out of convenience. It's hard to say, but
Yeah.
Acid Rabbits has a huge lead right now. 8k
Coco
gold
has
and
so
a
much
Baron,
farm.
and they're soon to be marching into the base, setting up for their sole point.
I mean,
after their
Coco's
next
looking
push.
at 9 CS a minute right now. I mean, just looking very, very
Yeah.
nice.
And I'm scared to press it, but let's see. Oh, that is a 11k gold gangplank at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
2k gold up over his opponent from gangplank bonus gold and the turret.
Gangplank and Jax both have TP up, but it looks like Gangplank's going to start grouping, actually. They just want to start sieging
They have
mid
the Baron.
when they have the Baron, yeah.
Now is the time. Sedge is hanging out on
Oh,
this
looking
flank,
for the flank.
reminding me of a ddrew angle in a prior game, but Sedge is going really early.
Yeah.
Kind of blows
They
his
actually
cover,
just
but
end
it
up backing
does
off.
buy them time. Assuming
Corki
nobody
package
gets
is up.
too
He can
chunked
go back,
out.
heal up, and get it.
Sedge is
Oh.
eating it right now. Maokai
Yeah,
comes out.
he
This
is
will
getting
be the
cooked
Jax
out.
likely caught, unless he has a ward to get out.
Manbutt's taking a lot of damage.
He goes
but
forward on the
Lulu-
play in a 2v4. Beating on the Caitlyn as much as you possibly can. The Caitlyn has
can't
to
get the
flash
kill.
heal away.
Oh, Caitlyn! Manbutt's playing it so well.
I saw the play.
Has the Gale Force
It
and
almost
Flash.
worked.
Jax so close to getting that kill through 4 people.
And
Still
the
almost kills the
Lulu.
Caitlyn. Ah.
I mean, that eventfulness will nullify the Baron push, but like we
Yeah.
said earlier, the Mountain Drake will be a free prize on the backside of the play.
Is that not a little scary for Acid Rabbit sitting there going, Jax almost killed me through 4 of us. We should potentially deal with that differently next time.
Yeah, can somebody
He
get
was
this
able to
Jax
just-
off of me for the love of
Yeah.
God?
Absolutely. Package again, still up. It looks like he's maybe going to be walking back to get it right now.
Maokai ult to secure the turret. It will be a free inhibitor coming
He gets
down
package.
for them.
They're going
Package and a Jax teleport on the box side, but they know that it's
He's
coming.
winning
The
the
Corki.
fight!
Does he just get bursted
Oh,
out? Manbutts is
Manbutts
so
goes
low.
down.
They get the kill on the Caitlyn. And it is a solo kill for the
bounties.
Corki. Coco does not get himself out.
Oh, Coco. Second Breakfast played it so well. That was the
This
perfect
may be
time
exactly
to
what
engage.
they need to get back in the game. Vid the mid probably going down here as well. Holy moly!
He gets
Flash.
the kill.
Sedgel doesn't quite land.
Sedgel's just out of range.
The Yordle hitbox is too strong, but Vid the mid is stuck between a rock and a hard place. And call that
Oh,
a bear rock
man.
and a hard place. Am I
The
right?
tiny Master of Evil is just trying to walk it out, but he's gonna go down anyway. Bear Rock finally securing that kill and 600 bonus bounty going
Yeah.
over to this edge.
You don't want the gold on this edge, but you'd rather have it than not, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, hey, obviously you want it going on a carry, but more tanky Sedge, pretty good to
Oh
see.
boy, that was a Vagar Yordle hitbox if I have ever seen or heard of one.
Mm-hmm. That looked
Ultimately,
so
I don't think we
good.
need to go back and view it, because it wasn't too impactful on the play otherwise, because it looks like the Vagar would have either died there or ran backwards and died, but...
Yes. I mean, yeah, what do they set up for now? I mean, obviously, objectives not up currently, but they need to start setting up for the next one potentially.
That will be the Baron in about 2
Does
minutes.
any, yeah, who, I guess Baron is over it regardless, so yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, they stayed just a little too long, just long enough for the Corki to grab package and then split up the fight so much that, I mean, that Corki package was just so big that Manbus just died, got melted by it. Savory played that so well.
Yeah, the Corki was able to full 100-0 the Caitlyn during that fight. Well, I'm not sure
Yeah,
that it was 100, but it was pretty damn
it was
close,
a
and they
lot.
can smell the
Pretty close.
Jax going forward. The Gilforce gets him out.
It's 3-1. He has flash though. He should be able to live this. He might not even need to flash.
Wild
He's
Goose
just going
Chase
to
at the
jump.
very least, and on the other side, both top laners initially
Coco?
caught. This has to be
Both
the
top
gangplank
laners
going
caught.
down,
Does
right?
Coco die?
Right? There it is.
Corki triple rocket does end up getting that kill.
Another play
Um,
going to the side of second
quite a lot
breakfast.
of damage on
They're able to
that.
set up for this
Yeah.
bot push, so they may lose one turret for it, but holding on for dear life as the Corki and the Varus continue scaling.
Yeah, I mean they were down 10k gold, and it is kind of evening out a little bit. I mean, it's still 7k, but that was a huge swing being down from 11k. So it is
Oh,
exactly
this
what
could
they
be the
wanted.
Jax going down. Too much magic damage,
Polymorph.
and there he goes.
Such a good polymorph from the Lulu, so good. And the cage obviously coming in from Vid the mid to protect that Caitlyn as well. He cannot jump through that.
Tate, I need you to tell
Yeah,
me,
incredible.
what abilities does the Jax E block?
Yeah, not CC.
And none of Vagar's spells,
one
that is
day,
for sure.
One day maybe, but right now definitely not.
Porky Poke is really huge though. You can see
Yeah.
the lack of a Baron showing here, but even still,
Yeah.
that gold lead busted on the door of second breakfast.
Caitlyn trying to heal up after getting half health by a single Corki rocket. Sedge trying
Second
to push in
breakfast
anyway.
looking at this play still. They
Baron
don't know where
and
the gangplank is. They're going to fish for something, see if it can happen, but
Sedge lands on the Lulu,
huge chunk.
but they're
Don't
just hiding it out.
overcommit here.
Caitlyn's front line.
Huge Porky value as they continue fighting.
Jax flashes in.
Jax flashed
100%
forward,
kills the
able to
Lulu.
kill the Lulu, but that's going to be his demise as well.
Vid,
Their fates
ult
are
kill.
intertwined.
Winions actually doing a ton of damage. Can they stop the backs? That's might just
They
be a
can
dead
smell
turret.
the Sejuani.
Yeah. They are looking for it, and they're gonna get it. No flash. It's just gonna be a dead Sedge for now.
Oh.
And the turret does die. Winions taking care of that.
Good flash from Vid.
They're going to get the dragon off of that as well. And they honestly, obviously they do get the dragon. I do wonder. They probably could have
that
just pushed to
Jhin
end.
Speed.
Oh,
He is not
okay.
long for this world, but
literally 1/4 HP off of a single barrel. Coco very strong turns out with Navori 3 items.
who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought gun strong? You know?
Trying to secure this inhib. Porky Poke will continue coming out.
Yeah. Eat orange. Okay. Both wards dropping. Like mines. They little bit of a miscommunication. Again, another 2 wards. Really good. They are so on it with vision, they just know.
And something we didn't even mention is that the Mountain Drake was picked up for Acid Rabbits. That makes
Yeah, and that's
Porky
sold.
Poke just a little bit harder to execute on, but
And it makes
Oh,
Man-Butts harder to
Jax and
kill.
Sedge looking for the pincer
Oh,
maneuver,
they're coming in the
but
flank.
they don't have anyone to initiate on the front side of things.
Yeah, but that's package.
Oh, flash forward! Vid may get fully bursted out here. The package is
Caitlyn's
huge, but
dead.
Vid is able to burst out the Corki.
Lulu's
He's
dead.
and Jin waiting for that fourth
Jade is
shot.
dead. That's a 3-for-1. Savory, the only one going down. They killed all of the carries. Coco the only one left. Solo dead. Gangplank sticking around, playing around that vision, knowing it's not warded, and gets a kill on the Jin support. Wait!
The greatest
No
hunt
way.
is man. Coco described it.
So close. I would have loved to have seen it. I wonder if he could have set up that barrel trail. Maybe he just didn't have a second barrel. Would have been very cool to see.
But that's another Nexus turret going down.
Winions every time.
The situation looking. If
Coco
they win,
wants to
it'll be
sneak in
spicy.
and get that inhib. Coco's trying to go for the inhib now. They don't want to give it up for free. He's going to back out. Yeah, they're all up.
You want to poke and prod where you can at this point, right? Make them respond to you.
That was such a good package
very
from
valiant
Savory.
effort.
Yeah.
They didn't quite have the damage to burst out Vid the mid, even with Barrock's sick flank kill.
Yeah, Corki's package just being so giant in that fight right there.
Corki is on his 3-item power spike now, so those rockets gonna pack a punch.
Yeah. You'd love to see it. I mean, it is an open nexus. Inhib mid inhib down, bottom inhib open. I imagine Coco. Oh, he does not have TP, so he won't actually end up going for this split. He looks like he's actually needed for the rest of these fights, so it might just be more worth it to
I hope Vid
show up for 5 for 5.
knows what he's signing up for here. I mean, they have the Maokai here. Enderism knows that he can kill this little Yordle, though.
He does have Mountain, but I don't know if that'll save you from a man with a stick.
No, man with stick, very strong and scary.
They are looking for it. They're just playing around it. They're all just poking each other out repeatedly. They're trying to set up.
Someone will have to deal with this mid wave that's about to come in. Looks like Varus
just blowing the barrels.
Assigning himself.
I do wonder. I think this might be the time that Coco could just roam down and could have gotten into him. There's a really, really long time that nobody was even in base, and he could have gotten it for free.
I mean, it's possible, but at this point, you know.
Yeah.
He is able to chunk out the members of Second Breakfast so well. They're looking for the flank, but he's taking a lot of damage. Corki gets trapped, and he gets the
kills the
Corki! Sonya's out, and he flashes out. He will not make it out of this, will he? Sigil lands finally! That Yordle hitbox not going to save you this time, and the fight keeps on going on! Front to back, that is what Second Breakfast is trying to do. But AR is just doing it a little bit better.
Varus ult, so good from stopping the re-engage from Acid Rabbits. Vid getting a really huge pick there. Obviously he goes down, but Man-Butts is the one. Man-Butts and Coco is the one doing the most damage.
It's an open
nexus.
In these fights. Sedge is flanking, but if they want to end, I think they can do it. They're hitting the Nexus. They're hitting the Nexus.
They're trying. I don't know if they can stop this. They could just start hitting the Nexus, but they're trying to go on Man-Butts. Jax is going to kill Caitlyn.
What is going on?
Jax kills the Caitlyn.
Coco is getting bursted out here. That's a triple kill, but that's
Coco
not
dies.
enough.
Lulu's the only living member on Acid Rabbits left. Vid just now coming up. Oh. They just couldn't hit the Nexus. Jax is doing so much work.
Yeah, and now that 10k gold lead back down to a 7k.
I do wonder. I mean, I think if Caitlyn just autos it like 3 times, that's a dead Nexus.
It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
I think they could have ended if they had all focused the Nexus, but
I think it was just a miscommunication. They were very focused on not dying to Jax.
If the call was to do the fight, then you do the fight, you know?
Yeah.
Better everyone on one call than split, so.
Absolutely. You know what they say? They say apes together strong.
Apes together strong. Corki level 17 at this point. Jax level 18. It is solo laners, solo laners, solo laners. That is the story of this game after Man-Butts hit his Caitlyn power spike deficit. which Caitlyn hits on around 3 items relative to other champions.
Yeah, and
Or two
oh,
items usually, actually.
Elder's coming up very, very soon. Vid might get another pick here.
Oh, that is the Jin
Solo's just
gone.
dead.
They feel like they have to
Okay,
make it
Sedra,
happen
though.
here, but the Jax is getting so bursted out.
If Jax dies, then Caitlyn can just clean this fight up. Yeah,
Oh,
Caitlyn
the
just cleans it
Corki
up
comes
now.
in late, but oh, it's not
Does
enough.
so much damage. It's what a valiant effort from Savory. Does get Coco and Vid, but yeah,
They may have pulled the
Acid
trigger
Rabbit's
just a
playing that
bit
so
too.
well.
They were too overzealous going into that
Yeah,
fight. That has to
yeah.
be the game. That will be Acid Rabbits knocking down second breakfast.
Wow, incredible. Both teams going into this were 2-1. Acid Rabbits coming out on top, now 3-1. Doing a very, very good job. Looking really, really good this game. Protecting the Caitlyn. Vid getting huge value picks. Coco doing, well, Coco things.
Wow.
Really, really well played from Acid Rabbits.
Everyone really pulled their weight here in this game.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick an MVP. I
Yeah.
think that the Maokai ults and the Maokai setup being in the right place at the right time was just
Yeah.
so important to them building up their early lead. So I
Incredible
think that my
counter ganks,
MVP
too.
might be Tathaniel.
Yeah, I honestly think he snowballed the game so incredibly well. Every single counter engage, every single ult looking so, so good. Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab him.
Hello.
I have Tathaniel with me.
Greetings, everybody.
Hello
Yeah,
and
well,
welcome. Let me
congrats on your win.
turn
You
you
looked
up a
really,
little
really
bit.
good.
Thank you, thank you. That was a I was a bit worried there. I didn't get a knock Eve ban like I'm used to, and so I was like, oh, they're throwing the down. This is the ego. I gotta show them that I can perform when they leave my picks up, and I take the tree anyway, but it was good.
The tree
The
is a
tree.
value pick. That is
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, the tree is
absolutely.
broken right now. The tree is silly, but that's beside the point. It was kind of the game plan from the start was to take the tree. So even with picks left open, I was like, yep, this is the call.
Was the
Yeah.
tree a flex pick, even though you know that it's in your pool?
I will not reveal any pick ban threats. It
Ah,
potentially could
ah.
be. It potentially could not be. But I think people, if they look at our pick bans for the last 4 games, I've been on Maokai 3 times. So it's a. I'm happy to pilot it. It's a brain dead fun champion. He has goofy voice lines.
It
Mhm.
is
sapling
value town, that is for sure.
Mhm.
Tell me about the setup and your thought process as you were in the right place at the right time, because your ultis, I'm thinking specifically of the bot play where Sejuani went in and really tried as hard as she could to make it happen, but you were sitting in that bot middle brush and just set your ulti, completely nullifying their play and turning it back on them. Tell me about your thought
Yeah.
process.
So Misa is actually one of my favorite junglers to play against in the whole league, just because he's got a like giga IQ brain in terms of like tracking and being at the right place at the right time, and that's like how I like to play. People who play chaotic and get everywhere and are doing crazy stuff and not playing optimally throw me off. So like tracking him and keeping on top of him is sort of like my goal. And that bot lane gank, it was sort of a he's not going to gank the pushed in or the pushed in Gangplank. The Veigar is safe, and so bot lane is really the only play either of us can make in this matchup. So it was just like get around him, get in position. We knew Veigar was on the way because Vid had a roam timer, and so we're like, we're going to bait this. I was literally telling Man Butts, play like an ape, let him go on you. I'm here, and obviously, as you saw, it panned out. We had the man and surprise advantage, and snowballed it from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looked really, really good. I mean, you got a ton of value counter ganks. Your timing on that was really, really incredible. Almost every single time, catching that Sedge coming in and end up winning those trades bot lane in all of those ganks, which were really, really well played. I
Thank God we
did,
did, because I was down 50 CS
yeah,
on her at one point.
yeah, lived in your jungle, lived in your
Yeah.
jungle. Yeah, I mean, when you were going through these fights, I mean, you saw Corki giving a ton of value packages. I know you said you were a little bit worried at the end there. What do you in comms in those moments? Who do you call for to kind of set up a calming state of mind, knowing that you have to play front to back in these team fights and protect that Caitlyn and Coco from the Jax?
So we play kind of like mid game, and I'm typically the one early mid calling, okay, let's rotate, let's get this objective, and then Coco and Butts luckily are the ones who kind of take over late game, where Butts can kind of call where he wants to be positioned and where he wants to kind of like set up his firing line.
Mhm.
And for me as the Maokai, this was literally just like we're trio laning, and so if he calls like he wants to set up here, he wants to set up there, and obviously objective timing, around those things, I'm right on his ass because I don't want him to get caught out. And um, yeah, he's typically the one that's saying, "Hey, let's look around this objective." Coco's calling whether he has TP or he has Gangplank ult, and so where we can play and
Mhm.
know where we can position more aggressively, knowing Coco's going to be able to assist over the top. And then it's just it's Elise with clutch Lulu timings protecting butts, and the Maokai ults over the top when they overengage, and Vid playing like an assassin and just camping in their brushes,
Yeah,
killing somebody.
that was incredible to watch.
Vid is the ace in the hole of like the four of us play very straight line like League of Legends, whereas Vid like throws a wrench.
Yeah, the curveball.
Yeah,
Right.
the
That's
curveball
your
that we
X
don't
factor.
expect.
Yeah. Who expects Vagar to be sitting in a bush like in this
In
very
your
second
jungle.
in your
Yeah,
jungle? Yeah.
no, it's a whether it's Brand Vagar, he is the curveball to throw them off their footing, so that when they
Mhm.
like try to come in at us head to head, they're like off balance, and we can typically turn those plays into our advantage.
So
Yeah.
the
It looked really, really good.
yes, certainly. The other thing I want to ask about is that first attempt to end the game. No Nexus turrets up, and just the Nexus alive. Got down to half HP, and you guys took the fight. Tell me about the comms going on there.
Oh, the comms were hilarious. We were calling the 4v4, and we're like, we could just take Nexus, and we're running it down mid, quite literally. And we get to the Nexus, and we start hitting it, and we're calling Sejuani's behind, Jax is coming here. I rooted onto the Jax and knocked him away, so he couldn't leap strike a carry because we're calling Nexus, Nexus, Nexus. But then I think Sedge arrives too soon, and so we turn our bot side turns to fight Sedge. Coco is deleting somebody on the top side of the Nexus, and suddenly I realize I'm just a Maokai hitting the Nexus, and that's not gonna get the job done. And so it was a bit of a, how do I say, we were saying, oh yeah, that was a pretty big mistake, but it was one of those, we were all in it together. And we're like, we're running this down, and if it doesn't work out, we kind of have a comical lead, and Elder's up in a minute 15, so we'll all respawn in time, and
Right,
it was a
right.
tactical end, I'll say.
I full respect it because if the team changes the call to hey, we got to stay alive
Yeah.
and fight this,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
what you do.
I was listening there at the end because the game was over at that point to y'all's casting, and we 100%, yeah, if we had just focused it, we could have ended, but I think we bumbled it a little bit.
Better to be safe than sorry, though. At least committing as five to the wrong play. Better than split.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Hmm.
it's really good to hear that, yeah, even despite that play, you guys knew that you were ahead, so you're calm enough to kind of, get put your big boy pants back on and be like, okay, it's time to actually, go do a 5v5, get to this elder and clean this game up.
Yeah, we got caught with our pants down, got spanked for it, and then said, okay,
Hmm.
we're gonna pull them back up. They've
Hmm.
got they've got no quirky package. Let's just fight around an objective like we've been doing and end this game. And bada bing, bada boom, it worked out just fine.
And just one
Yeah.
more question. Who do you think
Or-
played really well on the enemy team?
On the enemy team, I think Enderism was a huge threat. Like, luckily, I feel we had a good ability to peel him between polymorphs and Vagar Cage and Maokai. I refer to it. I'm not sure how many people out there, play football, but it's like pass defense where I just like set up the line of scrimmage as Maokai, and you just don't let anybody past a certain point, and you don't advance, you don't go back, you just literally form a wall and you knock him back with Q. He walks up, you root him with W. He walks up again, you punch him back with Q. But like if that Jax, like we saw there on the Nexus play, got onto the Caitlyn, could take out our backline super quick. So I think Enderism staying farmed, staying relevant, and then coming into those team fights as a Jax and making an impact was huge.
I agree. Alrighty. You
Yeah.
got any more shout outs or any other things today?
No. good game to the team. Good game to SB. That was a fun one. And 3-1, baby. I think we're the only team that's 3-1 now, behind DD. But we're coming for them, and we'll see y'all next week.
We'll see
Awesome.
about it.
Well, yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Thanks, fellas.
And that will do it from us. We will bid everyone adieu, a good night, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye now.